everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're wondering why I have, each eye a different color, I just got done filming my Tati beauty review and I decided to just hurry and push through today and do something really fun and different. So I love watching Annette's makeup corner. I love her videos. I think she's so creative. And she recently did a video called If I Could Only Keep 10 Palettes. I'm gonna link that video so you guys go check it out. She's so talented. She has such great ideas. But I thought it would be really fun to share with you guys my 10 palettes that I would keep. These are in no particular order. I'm just gonna be picking up and talking about it as we go. So let's start. This is the Warrior 2 by Juvia's Place. This palette goes with me everywhere. If I am traveling, staying, anywhere away from home, I will bring this eyeshadow palette because there's so many looks that you could do with it. I love the color story. I think it's absolutely gorgeous and I don't think I could ever let go of this eyeshadow palette. Next, let's talk about the Moonspell palette by Lunar Beauty. Guys, I really love this palette. I love it so much. It is just so beautiful and you can create so many looks with it. I love the formula. I love everything about this palette. So yes, I could never get rid of this palette. I love it that much. Next, let's talk about the Anastasia Beverly Hills Norvina Collection Volume 3. As you probably know if you watched my review on this, I am obsessed with this palette. I'm not gonna lie, and I'm just gonna put it out there. This is my favorite eyeshadow palette I have ever owned. I love it so much. And the color story, it's me. There's so many options and it's just right up my alley of everything I love and enjoy. I love fall. I love orange. I mean, my living room's painted orange. I love this palette. It is my favorite palette. I'm never going to be able to let this go. It is my holy grail. Next is the Colored Raine Queen of Hearts palette. This palette is just gorgeous. It is absolutely gorgeous. You could create so many looks with it. And I know I'm probably picking too many stuff with purples and oranges and yellows, but that's what I enjoy doing. That's what I find looks best on me. I love it. So yeah, of course, my favorite palettes I can't let go of is gonna have repeated colors. I know Annette did kind of like a variety of, so that way her collection was very versatile and kind of had one of everything. So she didn't necessarily keep all of her favorite palettes in that video and gave, more diverse color stories. So she had a little bit of everything. Which I am gonna get to. I do have some of those, but overall I just had to kind of go with my favorite palettes and what I gravitate towards. I know I probably do the same looks too much, but it's what I love. It's what I enjoy. And so obviously I'm going to pick the eyeshadow palettes that connect with me, that I can never let go of, rather than having a versatile collection, which is smart. I see her, I see her point on that. I think it is genius, but that's where, everybody's different. So next, we're going to talk about Jeffree Star Cosmetics Jawbreaker palette. I loved this palette. I had a lot of fun playing with this palette. And then the color story on this, I feel like it's very diverse. It gives you a lot of pastels and then bright colors. So I would keep this in my collection so I had a good variety to choose from. Next, let's go with the Colored Raine Beauty Rust palette. This is small, so I know you're probably like, you have a lot of big palettes. Why would you pick something with only 6 shades? But you guys, it is one of my favorite palettes ever. Ever. I loved this palette so much. I think it is so beautiful. And that daisy, recharge, everything. Every single color. I love this palette so much. I could never ever let go of it because I love it so much. Next, let's go over the Nomad palette by Juvia's Place. This is also one of my favorite palettes. I'm going to say that on all these palettes because I did pick my favorite palettes. But I love this palette so much. It is a perfect fall palette. It's absolutely gorgeous. I love the color story. I love the variety that you get with, you know, the orange and the greens and the yellows. It's just absolutely gorgeous. It's one of my favorite palettes. I told you I'd say it again. Next, let's talk about Jeffree Star Cosmetics Alien Palette. I'm going to throw it out there again, like I said on all the other ones, but this is one of my favorite palettes. I don't understand why this palette got so much hate. Like, it is one of my go-to palettes. That black hole is my favorite black ever. And that probe, like, you guys, it's gorgeous. I love this palette. That purple too, Area 51. Martian soil, like, I love this palette. I genuinely enjoy this palette. I pull for this palette probably almost every time I do my makeup. Like, this is probably my most used palette and I love it, and I don't know why people hated this palette. If you hated that palette and you have nothing, give it to me. Send it to me. I'll make use of it. Okay, next let's talk about Urban Decay Electric Palette. I feel like this palette was ahead of its time. I love this palette so much. I loved the colors. I loved the formula. It's just, it's gorgeous. Like, this was my go-to palette for the longest time. When I first was getting into makeup and doing rainbow looks, like, this was my palette. I did this every day, a different color story, and it's just endless, the possibilities you can do with it. I will never, ever give away this palette. I love it. And then last, I decided to throw in Tati Beauty's palette. I obviously haven't played with the whole entire thing, but the colors I played with are gorgeous. I love her metallics. I love that sequin, those purples and that orange. I'm excited to play with the rest and see how much I enjoy it. But so far, I love this palette, and I'm going to put this in there because you're going to have so many different color options. You know, a lot of these palettes don't have glitters, you know, may not have metallics. So you could easily take, like, let's go over here to Warrior 2. You could take this, which is like my go-to matte, and then, you know, switch it up with one of the glitters or the metallics. You know, you could create any look if you put these two palettes together. So that's why I'm going to throw this one in with it, even though I haven't used every shade. But just because of the variety of formulas and colors, I feel like this would just be a magnificent piece to keep in my collection forever. So yeah, I hope you guys had fun. Comment down below if you have an idea of, you know, your top 10 favorite eyeshadow palettes. I'm always up for trying new brands and new eyeshadow palettes, so I would love to get your opinion on what's your favorite and what you would never give up. So I hope you guys had fun with this. Thank you so much for watching and supporting me. I appreciate it so much. Song of the day is going to be Delicious by Perfect Circle. See you on the next one. Bye.